know who is who. I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weekdays or Middays with Mom. It is Tuesday, October 25th, and it is in the West. I know everyone's going through some type of cold front or weather, something going on, and out here in the West, you know what, for us, it's cold, it's chilly, it's going to be all of 70 degrees today, and I'm actually wearing long sleeves till my body adjusts to this cold front coming through, and we're actually having fall. So welcome to everyone that's in the chat. I'm putting up a disclaimer now that everything said on here is alleged and our opinions. It's fair use. And I'm happy to be here today with everyone. So I'll wait just a few more minutes and maybe whoever's going to join live. And those on the replay, hello to everyone on the replay. Hi, replay gang. How are you? Hi, Dolores. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Let me also put up if you would like to make a comment or join me online. You don't have to show your face. You can mute your camera. You can just come online and say hello, speak your piece, or just stay in the comments. Either way, it's up to you all. So thank you for joining me again. Hello, Universal Advocate. And you know what? I do have another water bottle that Mitch would not be happy about. I thought about that before I came on, but I didn't have enough time to switch it out. So here it is. Let me take this thing of water. But thank you for joining. Today we're gonna just go over a little bit of what we think Decision Day is gonna be for Married at First Sight San Diego tomorrow. Who's gonna say yes, who's gonna say no, and then we may tap into some 90 Day Fiance. I know some of you are into the 90 Day Fiance franchise. I used to be into it in the very beginning. If you all remember, just let me take you back to when a Danielle and Muhammad, starting from them going forward. And then I think when I really stopped watching on a continuous basis, is probably the second time that Angela and Michael went over, when Angela went over to talk to Michael in, where he's from in Nigeria. And I think that's really where I ended the franchising for me, because they have so many 90 Day spinoffs now. So, but yeah, and if we get to anything of Love After Lockup, if anybody watches that, then we can talk about that too. With the new season just dropped last Friday. They're called Love During Lockup now. So I think it's an interesting reality show, but that's just my opinion though. All right. So how's everyone doing? How are you, Dolores? Hello, Universal Advocate. How are you today? Hope everyone is doing well and everybody is warm wherever you are. So, but anyway, I'm excited for Decision Day tomorrow. I really am. I would like to see who's really going to be genuine to say yes, or to be genuine to say no. They've known each other 8 weeks. I know that's not a lot of time, but I think if you're feeling someone really, if you know or if you can see yourself with someone a little bit long term, you might be able to, I don't know, stay together. But I just really want people to stand in their truth the first time, at least for once in this entire season. Stand in your truth. If you want to say yes, be honest about everything. And, because by the time we see them on reunion, which would be what they say, 6 months later or whenever, at least 3 months later, they're gone, they're no longer together. So I don't know. We'll have to see. So, well, all right. Well, I'll just go ahead and get started. We won't be on that long today because Millennial and I will be live on this Thursday for Decision Day to talk about who said yes, who didn't, and what our thoughts were, and if we were correct with us, Millennial Mom, or with you all, the viewers. So again, we'll be live this Thursday in the evening time. So we won't have a Weekdays with Mom. We'll just have a in the evening Millennial and Mom. What'd you say, Dolores? I'm doing okay in DC. The weather's cloudy, looks like rain. Okay. You're in DC, huh? All right. It's nice there, though. I like it to see on the news with the cherry trees when they're blossoming, when they show that on the news. I think that's very nice out there when we see that. So, all right. So let's just go ahead and get started. So, Decision Day is tomorrow with Married at First Sight San Diego. And it's been a roller coaster with the majority of the couples. With, I'm going to say, my top 5 roller coaster couple is Alexis and Justin. They didn't necessarily bring the drama that Ben, what were their names? Ben and Morgan brought, but they brought drama. So out of 5, I'm going to rate them, and I get the rating system from, shout out to the Jazz Vent Show. They do a rating system. 0 to 5, I give Alexis and Justin, I give them a 1. They don't, to me, they don't even come up any further than a 2, 3, 4, or 5 because they have communication issues. They don't tend to say what they want. They don't tend to, get around to their needs. I think they're on especially Alexis. She's about what Alexis wants. I don't think it really matters what Justin wants. It's all about Alexis. So I'm going to rate them a 1. Do I think they say yes on decision day? I'm going to say they say no on decision day. So that's what I feel. Now, as far as, let's go to Mitch and Kristen on a rating system from 0 to 5. I give Mitch and Kristen, just bump them up a little bit more. I give them a 2. But with Kristen being so trying to work things out for the benefit of the relationship, I'll go ahead and give it a 2.5, just based on Kristen's wanting to have a marriage, wanting to be a wife, and actually coming into this process to be married. So 2.5 for Mitch and Kristen. Do I think that they will stay married? I think that they will both say yes, even though in my mind, for what I've seen, for what's been shown only, because of course we don't see everything, I think that they probably will say yes, even though I think they, in my opinion, say no. All right, so let's move to Miguel and Lindy. This is another drama-filled couple for me. Back and forth, back and forth. I think Miguel hasn't always had his 2 feet in this process. I think Miguel had 1 toe in, the other 9 out, because he's constantly talking and reminding Lindy and us, the viewer, how he doesn't think that he can deal with Lindy's personality past, the 8 weeks. He's not used to just things that Lindy brings. And I think that they're matched a lot on the trauma they experienced growing up with Miguel's mom having mental health issues, and Lindy being so, her family on the religious aspects, how she was sheltered and didn't necessarily grow up, experience a lot of things in life till later on. Let me read your comment. I think Alexis and Justin will say no on decision day. Alexis was never attracted to Justin. I agree. I think they'll say no too. That's why I rank them a 1 out of 5. So back to Lindy and Miguel. I think Lindy and Miguel, I think it'll be a split decision with Lindy saying yes and Miguel saying no. That's my split decision on them. I don't think they'll say yes or no. I think it'll be a split decision with them. So moving to Nate and Stasia, once again, I think it could be a possible split decision with them. I can actually see Nate saying no and Stasia saying yes with them. And on a rating system, did I rate Lindy and Miguel? If I didn't, I'll go back. I'm going to rate Lindy and Miguel. I'm just giving them a firm 2 out of 5. And then back to Nate and Stasia. I gave them, they were top runners for a while. I gave them a 4 out of 5. But now that they've had more issues to come along where Nate isn't comfortable thinking about where he's going to live after the process if they decide they're not going to get married, to the kid situation, if they have babies along the way, what kind of parent he's going to be compared to the kind of parent Stasha said she may be. I knock them down another 1.5. I give them a firm, I was going to say 3.5. No, I think I'm going to give them a firm 3. Again, I think it'll be a split decision. So I think the only solid yes will be Mitch and Kristen. That's what I think. Let me read your comments. You think Mitch and Kristen will say no on decision day? You do? I think there'll be a firm yes. Why do you think that, Dolores? Tell me why you think that. Because I think Kristen gave up so much of herself that she's willing to say yes. And I think that Mitch might want to try, even though he's also giving up his lifestyle. But I think he wants to try. But why do you think that they're going to say no? I agree with you regarding Miguel and Lindy. Nate and Sasha will say yes on decision day. You do? So Dolores and anyone else in the chat or on the replay, do you think that any couple is going to have a split decision? Like, someone says yes, someone says no. Do you think that, or you think there's going to be like either firm yeses or firm nos? I think there's going to be 2 split decisions. Like I said, I think it's going to be Lindy and Miguel and Nate and Sasha. I think Justin and Alexis is going to be a firm no. And I think, who did I say? I think that's it. Okay, Nate and Alexis and Justin, a firm no. And Nate and Stasha will be a split decision. So that's what I think. I don't see, I don't see that, but we'll have to see though. But I'm just, again, decision day to me is just that. I think honestly they're still deciding and they really don't know which direction they want to go, but kind of they do. So it'll be interesting. I just really want to see if we can, if we could have like decision day in the first hour with all the couples and then part 1 of the reunion in the second hour, I think that would be so great. I think I would love that. I don't know if anybody else would, but I personally would love that. But this season of Married at First Sight, San Diego, I don't know. It didn't really give the way it gave, in my opinion, the way other seasons gave. Not because there wasn't enough drama, because I honestly don't watch Married at First Sight for the drama. I honestly watch Married at First Sight, to see if these couples are truly matched the way they should be matched and make it, after the fact. That's why I watch it. I don't think we really watch as a whole this show for drama. Let's see. Let me read some more comments. Have you seen other shows Pastor Cal was a part of? I haven't. What shows are those? I haven't seen anything other than Married at First Sight and the Unmatchables. I haven't seen any. What are those? Universal Advocate? Let me know. Dolores, you say, I'm thinking Nate will try and definitely Stasha wants to marry and to have a baby. Yeah, I definitely think Stasha is ready to have a baby. I don't think Nate is ready to have a baby, though. I think he needs a little bit more counseling if he's going through it. I don't think he's ready to have a baby. And I think Stasha is ready to have a baby right now just based off her age. She thinks she's getting older to have a baby, so she wants to have one. So, hi, Sharon. No, you're fine. We're here. We're just talking about Married at First Sight to start off with. Who's going to be who we think tomorrow will say yes on decision day. I did the rating system that I got from the Jasmine Show. Shout out to the Jasmine Show as well. Again, they rate couples 1 to 5 to see, based on compatibility. And my highest was Nate and Stasha originally at 4 until about last 2 weeks when they were showing those issues come up from the house situation, who's going to live where, if the input in the house, can I do it without you, without Stasha telling me what it is I need to do and the babies. So I knocked them down to a firm 3, but everybody else is like a 1 or 2. And honestly, for me to give Alexis and Justin a 1 is being generous, because I technically would be a 0, but that's just me. Universal Advocate says he hosts a show called Bride and Prejudice. It's a little similar to MAFS where they have decision day. Really? I don't think I've heard of that one. Is that a recent show, or was that something that he did previously, like maybe a year ago or something like that? I don't recall that. Maybe Cassandra or Millennial heard of that one, but I haven't. Now, if it's new or if it's back in season, let me know. So maybe we'll check it out and do a review on that as well. So I don't know. So Dolores gave her comments about who she thought would be, would say yes or no. What about everybody else? Write it in the chat or tell me, come online and tell me. Who do you think is going to say, we've been a week now, who do we think that we thought about it is going to say yes or no, or any split decisions? So like I said, for me, I think there's going to be 2 split decisions, a yes and a no. And I think only one firm yes for me. So I'm saying it again. My firm yes is Mitch and Kristen. That's my only firm yes on this show. Check it out. It came out in 2020. Okay. I'll look for it. I'll look for it after this live. All right. Sharon says, Alexa and Justin is a no. Do you have any split decisions, Sharon or Universal Studio? We saw what Dolores thought, but again, I think Lindy and Miguel, for me, is a split decision. I think Nate and Stasha is a split decision. Alexa and Justin, is a no. And I think Mitch and Kristen, for me, is a firm yes tomorrow. So that's just how I view it. Like I mentioned last time, I know that they're already casting for upcoming seasons for Married at First Sight. I saw one that said Married at First Sight Denver. I'm not sure if they're working on it now or is casting for that, but they're always casting and already always have, like, the next show seems like comes out a month after this one ends for a reunion. So we'll see. What you say, Universal Advocate? I don't care who's you don't care. Yeah, this season, I think, is it just me? Like, what it seems like couples who aren't really into each other, it seems like it makes the season feel like it's stretched out longer than 8 weeks. Or is that just me? That's how it feels. So I'm ready for reunion. Me too. Because that's when the real tea drops, the reunion. Who's been together, who's not, who broke up, and all that stuff behind the scenes. And do you all think that Ben and Morgan will be there for the reunion? Or you think we saw the last of them the last time they were on the show when they decided to divorce? Sharon says, Kristen, I want her to say no, but I think she'll say yes. I think so too. I would like, from what we've seen, because I hear other people talk about, well, it's production. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and we're only showing what they, edit for the show. That's true. But again, I think that you can't edit personality. They may be able to edit and take out clips and put in clips and mix them here and mix them there. But personality and what we see shown on TV, you can't edit that. You are who you are. And you come off consistent, like a Mitch comes off consistent in his scenes. Miguel comes off consistent in his scenes. It doesn't matter what you piece together. The personality and what we're getting, if we're getting it based on what we're seeing, imagine how intense it is what we're not seeing. So, yes. All right, let's see. Colorado is nice. It's nice. It's cool. I wonder when they're going to film up there, like springtime or in the winter. So the chemistry and compatibility was missing. Yes, I think it was missing, Sharon, for a lot of the couples, honestly, on this season, particularly. Universal Advocate says, I think we'll be at the reunion. We'll be at the reunion. Ben and Morgan in her scrubs from work, still proving that she's an RN. She don't have to prove she's an RN. Listen, Morgan, if you're watching, listening, someone's in her chat, Instagram, whatever she's on, we know you're an RN. You were just a credit shy, like you said, of getting your BSN. There are RNs that work that don't have a BSN, but I'm sure you may have obtained it by now. So you don't have to come in your scrubs, girl. We believe you. Don't put all that stress on yourself. Okay, Morgan? So let's move on from that. And I really hope that Ben and Morgan get the assistance, because I think Ben said he was going to therapy, that they need so that they can move on peacefully and grow in their relationships too. So, yep. But I wonder if the reunion, have you all seen who's going to host the reunion? Last time, or before last, it used to be Kevin, and I forgot who hosted it last year because I was going through my own thing, health challenges too, so I don't really remember. But yeah, I would like to see a different host a reunion. You know, I to get a different perspective, and if they do host a reunion, just like maybe they ought to bring Keisha, who does the after party. I think she does a really great job as an after party host. So maybe they could get her to do the reunion too, because she's able to get the um, couples, or when they come out individually, to open up about scenes that we didn't see on the show, but they'll talk about on the after party. So that, I think that'll be great if they can get a different person doing the reunion. So yeah. But like I said, for those of you coming in now or coming in on the replay, there will be no Weekdays with Mom on this Thursday afternoon. It will be this Thursday with Millennial and I live for Decision Day in the evening time. And that invitation live will go out tomorrow on Wednesday evening for the live show. We're deciding what time it is going to be. Now, we're going to try to make it as early as possible for those of you who are on the East Coast or further away, so you're not up too late waiting on a live. Not to say that you have to wait, but we'd appreciate it if you could be there. But we just want to let you all know we'll be live Thursday evening, Cassandra and I. So let's see. Yes, Universal says, yes, we need a different host. Maybe Uncle Tommy from No. Nope, wrong person. Wrong person. He would make it funny, but wrong person. I think whoever the host is should know about Married at First Sight and season into it. Because to me, you could kind of tell people, like in the beginning of Married at First Sight, like before we meet the couples, like you could kind of tell people who watch the show and those who don't really watch the show. So I think we need someone who's, like I said, seasoned with Married at First Sight. But it's still a good idea, Universal. Dolores says, Keisha would be a great host for a reunion. Yes, I think so too. Let me read the comment again. Oh, girl. Or yes, exactly. Ready to Love. That's a completely different show. See, that show brings different kind of drama. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to watch that show, yeah, you know what kind of drama they bring over there. We watch the show. We don't do any commentary about it anymore. But maybe next season. Well, I think they already started. We were thinking about it, but I don't know. We'll see. We may get into it late. I don't know. So, but again, like I said, I think 1 yes, 2 mixed yes, no, and the other couple no. All right. So really that's all we could basically talk about when it comes to Married at First Sight San Diego, because we have to wait till tomorrow for the tea, and then we could talk about it live on Thursday. So we can move into, I know some of you watch 90 Day Fiancé, and there's a sprinkling of you who watch Love After Lockup. So let me touch on 90 Day Fiancé. I do watch it from time to time. I know that Sharon watches it. Dolores, do you watch 90 Day Fiancé? Universal, do you watch it as well? Or even Love After Lockup? Or anyone in the chat that's maybe not commenting or in the replay? You can leave your comments down below for it. So you said Universal says the RTL season just ended on reunion this week. That's right. But I'm saying I think they're in Miami next. Are they in Miami next? I saw some upcoming season. I might do that. We used to do it before, so we might get into doing it again. I have a little bit more time than Millennial, so it might just be me doing the review. So okay, you watch. Okay, you watch 90 Day. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about it a little bit. You know what? I'm actually going to start with Kim and Usman. Now, is it just me? Or is Kim sounding desperate? Is she sounding desperate? Is she acting desperate? Or is she really wanting to marry Usman? Does she really want to marry Usman, or did she just see Usman before on his other seasons he's been on many times and decide to reach out to him, and for whatever reason doing what she's doing right now? All right, Kimberly. Oh my gosh. They just finished Miami. Okay, thank you. Kimberly, exactly. Now, I actually watched the episode today. And do you think that she was bribing the family buying that cow? I'm going to side with the family on this one and say, yes, she was bribing the family with the cow to get in the good graces with Usman. And, I don't understand why she didn't do her research, or really anyone on the show that goes to a different country, why they don't do their research in advance. I agree, Sharon, she's thirsty. And Usman, by now, I think he ought to know better. It just seems like he wants to come over to the States for whatever reason he wants to come over, but he has religious reasons and family reasons as to maybe why he has to do what he has to do in his home country. And Kimberly and what was her name last time? Lisa, baby girl Lisa, they seem like they would try to convince the family that no, he'll be able to have this life. I'm gonna do this for him, and think that tradition for Usman and his family is gonna outweigh that. That's not happening. And I'm just sitting there watching her, and she's crying, trying to present her case. I'm thinking, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. And she's saying also too, what she say that, not just the bribe for the family, but she loves him and would do anything for him and doesn't want to be compared to baby girl Lisa, who came up before. But why does she think that she's not going to be prepared? The look on his mother's face and his brother's face was just like, why are you wasting our time? And, is it wrong for me to laugh? But I had to laugh at that. Maybe it wasn't as funny, but I was just like, she ought to know better. She's of a particular age, as am I. Honestly, you should know better. I don't get that. Universal says she's doing too much for them to like her. Exactly. Sharon says she didn't want to make a good impression. You got to know the culture. Exactly. You have to know the culture. And even if you do know the culture and do your research, there's no guarantee that they're going to like you or give the blessings. Usman's family, just like they told baby girl Lisa, they want Usman to have a baby first. Their tradition is to have, get married, have several wives, and have, offspring. And if he can't do that, then it doesn't matter what gifts are being brought by these women. The family's not here for it. So Dolores says, Kimberly is not realistic regarding the second wife and their culture. I'm surprised the mom thought it was a bribe. That's their custom. Yeah, well, I think maybe the mom thought it was a bribe because didn't Lisa buy like a calf or give money to buy calves in her season too? So maybe she's thinking, the next lady that's here for my son, this is what they do. So maybe that's probably why she thought that. And then after, when her and Usman were talking like in the hotel room, and then even when they left the hotel room trying to convince the family again, I'm thinking, why are you trying to convince the family again as united front? You were united front and they still said no. So I don't understand why she thought that this would change the mind, but I guess. So when they were sitting outside, Usman and Kimberly, when Usman was getting his nails done, and he made a what did he say to her? Like, I'm in this because I love you. I have to look past beauty for love. And she says, oh, so you think I'm not pretty? You calling me ugly? And she walks away. And I'm thinking, everyone is beautiful in their own way, male or female, right? But the bottom line is he needs to have children, and he needs to have children with a younger wife. And I think that she feels threatened by that. She don't really want to have another wife. She even said that, I'm never going to be number two. So I don't know. Usman listen, there's a lot of people on this show that need to come off the franchise, and he's definitely one of them. So, and honestly, how's he trying to get his singing career off the ground if he's got these traditions that he has to take care of first? I wonder if do you all think the family knows about his singing career? I've always wondered that. Do you think the family knows about it, or do you think his brothers or uncles know about it? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I don't know. All right, so let's move to Big Ed and Lisa. Is it Lisa? No, Liz, excuse me. Let me read your comment, Dolores. He said, I work with a guy who is like Husa, like Uzma, and they, for the culture. Okay. And they're very strict and really stick to their culture. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So I believe it because like I said, do y'all think that Uzman and his family know about his singing or rap career? Like, I don't think they know just based off what I see culturally with them. Okay. So Ed and Liz. So she threw her ring in the bushes of the neighbor. And what you think, Sharon? Big egg, no neck. Exactly. She's crying because I wrote down she's devastated. Because she don't think that the relationship is going nowhere. Just it's always a back and forth. Like I said, I don't watch it all the time, but when I do tune in, there always seem to be going back and forth in the relationship. And this is another person for me. Ed is this younger lady is old enough to be his daughter. Like, why are you with her? Didn't they work together or something like that? Isn't that part of their relationship? So yeah, I'm thinking, okay, she's devastated because Ed and her got into yet another argument about their issues. You know what? I personally don't know. I mean, if she knows about, what was her name? Rose. If she knew about the relationship with Rose and Ed, how does she think that she can be on a different level? Well, not her. How does she think Ed could be on a different level? Because that whole relationship right there, the way he talked to Rose and treated Rose in their season, yeah, I was done with Ed from there. Let's see. Universal says, yes, because the mom said there are plenty of girls that would marry Usman where she could set the marriage. Right. And I don't think, I think Usman, back to that, wants to have children, things like that, but I don't know if he's ready. I think he's trying to, like I said, that his music career, I think maybe takes precedence over what's going on right now, but that's just my opinion. Sharon says, it's so toxic, I couldn't do it. He's too old for her. Exactly. He's too old for her. And I don't understand the attraction to Ed anyways, honestly, but it takes two to tango. Okay, Universal says it took Liz 2 seconds to find the ring. Exactly. You throw something in the bushes as small as a ring, even the diamond is big enough, and you go look for it. The odds of it being in the bushes that you thought you threw it in are small. But okay, I don't know. Maybe production had a metal detector beforehand. I don't know. But she found it and giving it back in good conscience. Would you all give the ring back in good conscience? Would it make you feel better if you gave the ring back? Or would you be on team give the ring back or be on I'm upon this ring? I don't know. You let me know. He says, hello. How are you? Well, we started off talking about Married at First Sight, San Diego. If you watch Married at First Sight, and now we're talking about 90 Days, the single life. That's what we're talking about. Thank you for joining. All right, Dolores, you say Ed and Liz, not a match. He has low self-esteem and abusive. He is and can be verbally abusive. I agree. Yes. Universal Advocate says that was my response to yes. The family knows about Uzma. Oh, that was your response. Okay, I got it. Thank you for clarifying. All right. No, pawn the ring. Pawn the ring. You know, a lot of people would say pawn the ring. I don't know. Me personally, I would give it back in good conscience. I wouldn't want to keep the ring for any reason because I've seen too many of these judge shows that say, you know, the ring is in anticipation of getting married. So it's, not really yours until you're married. So technically they could sue you for it if they wanted to. So that's why. So say it's funny that show. Yes. And no neck. Yes. Okay. He broke it off. I keep the ring. Well, technically that's the moral issue of it. But the flip side of it is you're supposed to give it back technically, but I guess that depends on the person. Universal says Ed playing the game so he could be on the next season. Oh my gosh. To date who though? I mean, it would have to be someone that he didn't know. Like he literally would probably have to go back online to whatever website and find whoever. Because now, I mean, we know what he's about. So I guess each his own on that one. So let's move to Jenny and Sumit. You know what? Jenny, I got to give it to Jenny. I saw them when they first came on the season. Jenny hung in there. She hung in there a long time, because if you saw the very first season that Jenny and Sumit was on, the way that Sumit's family, took Sumit out the house, drug him away, and she was afraid for her life. And then she came back to America, and then they got back together, and now they're married. Jenny is better than me, though, but she was determined to have her man. So as you all know, they got married, they had their honeymoon, they've been living together for quite some time. And so now that they're back from the honeymoon, Sumit has decided to set up a meeting with his parents to talk about, where they stand now, his marriage with Jenny, and maybe really, can we all get along? I mean, that's the thing that I think Sumit's trying to do with his parents. But in my opinion, I think Sumit is wasting his time talking to his parents, because his mother will not ever like Jenny. She has threatened to do harm to herself. She's threatened to disown him. She's threatened just to do everything. She's saying how Jenny is too old for him. How can he be with someone who he would have to take care of? Someone who's older than his parents. She is just not here for this. And then when Jenny hears about Sumit going to meet up with his family without her, Jenny's like, Jenny's quick to give the sign, like, I don't know why, or, And Sumit, I think he's really, again, this is someone else who has a culture that's really deep in culture. He knows he went against the grain by marrying Jenny, not just because she's American, but just the fact that her age and his age difference, and the fact that she can no longer have children, plays a factor in his culture. So, yeah. And his family, like I said, he's never going to convince his parents. Let me read some comments. Sharon says, oh, Lord, Jenny seems like a nice lady, but you're another country sweetie. They have their customs. Exactly. I agree. I think Jenny seems like a nice lady, too. And fun fact, when me and Millennial were doing 90 Day Fiancé review on their season the first time, she actually was commenting back and forth. And it was Jenny, because it was verified by the blue check mark. She actually was interacting with us on her season. So I thought that was interesting. And she always came off polite, even though, we had to drag her a little bit based on her decisions with Sumit in that first season. Universal says, oh my God, Jenny and Sumit last week when he said he had to go to the doctor because Jenny almost squashed him. Right. But Jenny, listen, I think that's Jenny's, how she keeps him, around. Jenny has to do, like, in my opinion, maybe some little extra stuff that she thinks, will keep him around, because, again, she's not a spring chicken anymore. And listen, neither am I, but I'm not as old as Jenny. But I think that's part of the thing, like, because Sumit's so much younger, like 30 years younger than her, that she thinks she's got to keep up, I guess. That's how I'm seeing it. Sharon says, they usually arrange their child's marriage, I think. They do usually arrange their marriage, but Sumit said meeting after he goes to meet his parents, it wasn't his parents who he met. It was his brother, sister-in-law, and his auntie. His parents didn't show up. The auntie says, you know what, they couldn't take it. They don't want to be a part of it anymore, which hurt Sumit's feelings. You could tell that he's hurt too, because when he's talking with, like, that you could tell that you're, like, maybe internally emotional, like you're not really, the tears are there, but they're not coming down your face. That's how Sumit talks to me when he's speaking about his parents, his relationship with Jenny, and, kind of being the outcast of the family now. So he also said that he also had an arranged marriage by his parents, but that didn't work out. So he feels that they should accept Jenny, but they never will. And I think that him and Jenny just need to move on and keep doing what they're doing. And then when Jenny said that, if they can't accept her, he could go to the United States now. And I don't even think he wants to come over. So I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I don't think it'll work out for Sumit and Jenny as far as his parents go. Okay, Sharon, you say, what does Sumit do for a living, and who was he married to at first? Sumit, I think Jenny and Sumit found each other on, I think he used to be an operator, like if you customer service rep, if you called, I don't know, think of any type of company, you call customer service. He's one of those people that answer the phone kind of thing. Now, does he do that now? I don't think so. I don't think does anything right now. He's looking for a job supposedly. And he was married to, it was an arranged marriage the first time that didn't work out, that he had to pay his way out of to even divorce the lady. So, yeah. All right, Universal Advocate, you say, I like Jenny. She's old enough to be my mom, and I would support her, but I wouldn't like her being bullied and living in the country. I would like mom to come home. Yeah, Jenny's 63, he's 33. And well, she know what it was going to another country with Sumit, because I don't think he has his green card. So yes, she's being bullied by his mother because Jenny is older than Sumit's parents. And I think that Sumit's parents, especially his mom, wants him to stick with the traditional arranged marriage and customs right now. So that's why I say they probably will never like Jenny and will never support his relationship. And do I think Jenny should come home? I think she should consider it, but she won't without Sumit. So, because she fought too hard to get that marriage together. Dolores says, I think Sumit really loves Jenny, and I don't think Sumit wants kids, as his parents doesn't do their culture. Correct. I agree. And I think in the upcoming episode, there's a clip that says Sumit doesn't want children either. And then, you know what? I'm not going to talk about everybody, but I'll just talk about Angela and Michael. And then after that, we'll wrap it up. I'm not going to keep you all. Angela and Michael. Now, all I have to say is why? Why? Over and over and over again. They're draining to me. I think they have enough couples. Oops, sorry, you guys. I think they have enough couples in the 90-day franchise where you don't have to keep bringing Angela and Michael back. It's the same song, same dance, and it is ridiculous in my mind. Exactly, a train wreck. Because here's my thing, even when they first introduced, how many times does Angela feel the need to go see Michael, who lives, of course, on the other side of the world in Nigeria, to tell him who he can, who he can't talk to, why, wait for her call. If you don't answer my call, there's a problem, you must be cheating. What is he supposed to do in Nigeria just to sit around waiting on your call? Is that even reasonable or rational? And by now we know that Michael, or maybe you don't know, it's been said many times before that Michael's green card status is his application and his interview, he's been declined. It's been declined for him to come to America as of at least 2 years ago. I know that for sure, just by what they said on TLC and Angela and her little stuff that she does also too. But I just don't understand why she finds the need to go to Nigeria to try to save her relationship. I thought they were broken up. I mean, how many times has Angela said on this show and on the reunions they were broken up, call him out his name, just to go back over there to call him out his name, tell them she's broken up, they're broken up, and to come back to America. I mean, it's draining. Michael has to apologize over and over. And by now, I think Michael should be over it. He acts like he's over it, but at the same time, do you think that the couples get paid a little bit by the show? Because I think maybe that's why he may stick with this with Angela. Maybe they get a little bit of a stipend and he does it for his family, you know? So I don't know what's going on. Angela, she feels like she paid for him. Well, technically she kind of did in a way, but do you have to? I mean, so she lives in Georgia. At least that's what I heard. She lives in Georgia. And he's all the way in Nigeria. I mean, the time difference is almost a full day. Like, what's he supposed to do? Just sit around for your call, on your beck and call? And if he does work, then what? You know? I just think that if they need to pull anyone, in my opinion, from the franchise, it should be Angela and Michael. But that's just my opinion. They may make good TV for some people, but just the way she crosses the line with the conversation and calling him out of his name and just the culture and just the disrespect. I don't like that at all. Universal Advocate says, do you think Yara will leave Jovi and stay in Europe? I do not think she will leave Jovi. Do I think she'll stay in Europe? I think she'll take an extended stay in Europe. Yes, because ever since she's come on the franchise, she's always been homesick and missed home. So I don't think she'll live there permanently, but just stay for a little while with her daughter, with Mila. That's what I think. Dolores says, I didn't watch it when they first got married. Now Angela is so abusive and insecure. They should end the marriage. Very toxic. Yes, she's always been like that even before she got married, even when her mother was still alive on the show. So she's always been like that. Just seems like ever since she's got her, I guess it's still called a mommy maker for Angela, her teeth done and everything else. She's really amped up that disrespect. And I just think they ought to pull them. Matter of fact, I think I saw something about that a while ago about pulling Angela and Michael from the franchise because of certain things that she said, whether it be to Michael on camera or just caught in other circumstances where she said other things that may be, again, racist or things like that. So that's what I heard. I don't know for a fact, and all that is alleged. Let's see. I don't think Yara will leave Jovi. No, I don't think so either. I just think that she'll stay a little bit longer in Europe, wherever she is, to help out her family, her mom, stuff like that, an extended stay. That's what I think. So, all right, you all. So we'll stop it here. Thank you so much for joining me on this Weekdays with Mom. Again, we will be back, Cassandra and I, on Thursday. Like I said, we'll put out the link for the info. It won't be too late to talk about Married at First Sight San Diego Decision Day. So, yeah, we'll have lots to talk about for that. So, once again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time, you joining me and being part of our family, our YouTube family. Thank you to everyone in the comments. Thank you to everyone on the replay. And everyone have a good evening. And then until next time, everyone, live simply, be grateful. Take care.